Building a diet for fat loss can seem simple until you actually try to do it. How many calories should you eat? What should your macros be? How many carbs, protein, and fats should you have? What times should you eat? All these questions that we don't know the answer to. Do you need to cut out foods you enjoy? How do you lose fat without feeling hungry and tired all the time? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how to build a fat loss diet from scratch, which will make fat loss feel bare easy, and you won't have to cut out the foods that you enjoy, and you can actually stick to it and sustain it for a long period of time, which is what we all want, isn't it? Yeah, let's get into it, man. Look at that biceps go away. I'm getting big or what? And when you're trying to lose weight, before worrying about specific foods that you need to eat, you need a calorie target. Fat loss just comes from being in a calorie deficit. What is a calorie deficit? It is where you eat less than your body burns throughout the day. So let's say your body burns 2,500 calories. You need to eat under 2,500 calories to lose weight. It's simply just a numbers game. You eat less than you burn and you will lose fat, guaranteed. That's all it is. That's all this comes down to. Most people will focus on specific foods before they focus on the actual calories. But no food will magically cause fat loss. It's not about what you eat, it's about how much you eat. Yeah? Comprende? Si. So hitting your calorie target every single day is the only thing that will guarantee you will lose weight and you will lose fat. So make sure you're doing that. Find your calorie target. Pretty easy to do. There's websites online called Calorie Calculator. Type in your details. It'll give you how many calories you need to eat a day. Pretty simple, mate. Pretty simple. So go do that. Yeah, after this video, you go do that. I like to do calories. Basically, I know everyone does it as daily calories. They have a daily calorie goal that they hit every day. But how I like to do it is I like to go by weekly calories. Why? Because it gives you more flexibility and more freedom to have fun with your food. Weekly calories, let's say your daily calorie goal is 2,000. That means your weekly calorie goal is 14,000. No matter how you space out your calories throughout the week, as long as you hit that 14,000 at the end of the week, you will lose fat. Easy. If you go by weekly calories, you can eat less throughout the week and then you can eat more on the weekends. So you're basically banking your calories for when you want to go splash out and have some fun. You get me? This helps fit your fat loss and your weight loss journey around your life. Let's say it's Tariq's birthday on Friday and you're gonna eat out a bit. You're gonna eat out big. He's gonna make some samosa chaat, some pakoras, some pizza, bare stuff. And you ain't gonna be able to resist. Deep down, you are a man or woman who loves food very much. And I respect that because I am the same. Game recognizes game. So let's say your daily calorie goal is 2,500. If you know Tariq's birthday is on Friday, let's say on the Thursday, you might eat, 1,800. So you're eating 800 calories under your calorie goal. That means on Friday, you now have 800 calories to play with, to add on to your calorie goal. So now you can eat 3,300, which is bare calories to fit in your cheat meals and whatever you want to have. Another easy strategy to do is if you know you're having a cheat meal in the evening, just fast throughout the day, water fast, or maybe have a light meal and then save all your calories for the evening, if you know you're going to have a cheat meal. Remember, as long as you're hitting your weekly calorie goal or your daily calorie goal, you will lose fat. So now once your calorie target is set, the next thing I would focus on is the macros, the macrolanes, the macronutrients, the macro things. Now, no, macros can get a bit complicated, with the what's the carbs, what's the fats, what the protein, what do they do. So let me simplify it for you and break it down in a concise manner. Essentially, macros just help determine how your fat loss will feel and how you will perform. So it is important to get this right. The first main macro you want to focus on is, of course, big boy protein. Now, why is that? That is because protein will help you build muscle and help you recover from your sessions. In terms of food, protein is the main building block to you building muscle. That's why, along with your calorie goal, you also need a protein goal that you need to hit every day and make sure you're doing it consistently. If you're only going to focus on one macro, you gotta make it protein. To determine how much protein you need to be eating, get your weight in pounds, and that is how much you need to be eating. So if you do your weight in kg, convert it to pounds, whatever that number is. If it's 160 pounds, you don't have to have 160 grams. Just try going the range. Maybe decrease by 130 to 160 grams. That's about your range. Another thing with protein is that it helps you feel full for longer. So it's very satiating. So with every meal, you do want to make sure you're getting a protein source or two in there, just so you feel fuller for longer, because obviously you're going to be eating less calories. So you want to have foods that keep you full. Now we go on to a bit of a controversial one, which is carbohydrates. Yeah, everyone's probably telling you to cut this when you're trying to lose fat. Don't listen to them, yeah? Tell them, shut up, and you continue being fat. Got them there. Now carbs, yeah, don't cut them, yeah? You need them. Carbs are your body's main source of energy. So if you cut carbs, your energy is going to go low, and you don't want that, especially in a fat loss phase where you're already eating less than you burn. The carbs are essential to keep in your fat loss diet, just so you're feeling energized throughout the day, and especially for your workouts. Do you fuel your workouts? Do you fuel your training so you're performing and you're progressing every week? Yeah, so don't cut out carbs, keep them in, they're important, you need them. Then we go on to fats. You don't need to cut fats either. Honestly, go back to what I said. It's not about what you eat, it's about how much you eat. So cutting carbs won't make you lose fat. Cutting sugar won't make you lose fat. Cutting fats won't make you lose fat. So don't think about cutting any of these macronutrients. Just reduce your overall calorie intake. And that is the main thing that will help you lose weight. Fats are there. Keep the meal satisfying. Just so you're not having these boring meals. You know what I mean? You want to enjoy your diet a bit. But then also, fats are very calorie dense. Be aware of the portions. Don't go overboard. Keep it simple, keep it ticking, and you're good to go. Now, is it necessary to have a carb and fat goal along with the protein calorie goal? No. Carbs and fats is just there for energy purposes, making the meals satisfying, and that they're not really that as important as protein and your calorie goal in terms of your fat loss and your weight training. Calorie goal and protein goal with the 5. Carbs and fats, you don't have to worry about how much you're having at the start, especially if you're a beginner. And now once your calories and your macros are sorted, now we can think about meal timing. Cheeky. The main thing with your meal timing is you want to optimize it for your performance in the gym. So here is the best way to do that. So now before you train, of course, you want to have a meal. You don't want to go into it fasted, especially if you're weight training and you're about to lift some heavy weights. What you have in the meal depends on when you have the meal. So let's say you're eating 2 hours before your training, you can have a full meal, get some carbs in there for the energy, get some protein, and you'll be good to go. If you're having the meal closer to your training session, let's say half an hour before, just have a light meal with some carbs in there. So that can look like a protein shake and a banana, or a protein shake and 2 dates. Easy peasy, Bob's your uncle. And one thing to avoid for your pre-workout meal is having too much fats. This is because fats slow down digestion. So if you're having too much fats close to your training session, you're going to be entering the session, you're going to be burping and be all bare gassy and that. You don't want that, mate. You don't want that. So if you're going to have fats, make sure it's at least with the meal 2 hours before. If you're having a light snack before the gym, try not to include too much fats in there. Well, you don't feel too gassy like me. You don't feel too gassy like me. Now, post-workout, you want to have a good amount of protein and carbs. This is because after training, your glycogen stores are down, so your body needs to replenish those and get the energy back up. You're having a good amount of carbs, good amount of protein, a healthy, dense meal after your workout, and you can get your energy back up for the rest of the day. When should you have your post-workout meal? Anywhere between like straight away to 3 hours is fine. You don't have to have it like straight away, like some people say, the anabolic window and all that. Go away, man. Have a day off, mate. Come off it. Yeah. And anywhere between from when you finish the session to about 3 hours after is fine. Obviously, the earlier you have it after you complete the session, the better, because then your energy will go up quicker. And that's 2 meals. Then your third meal, you can have it for dinner. Protein, carbs, fats. The main thing with the meal timing is to fit around your schedule. So if you're working 9 to 5 and you train in the evening, obviously you can have breakfast, then you can have a lunch, then maybe you train right after you work. So before you go for your session, after work, you can have a light snack there, and then you can go train, come back, have another meal. You get me? Fit around your life. What do you reckon of the trim, bro? Came back from Umrah. It grew back a bit. What do you reckon? Yeah, you're nay? Keep or sell? What are we saying? Most people try to build a perfect diet when they should be building a realistic diet. If you're just starting fat loss and you start a whole new diet, you switch everything up, the likelihood is you're probably going to hate it after like 2 weeks and come off it. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is just improve the current diet you have. That could actually look like simple changes, like having full fat fizzy drinks. Is it called full fat or just full fizzy? I don't know. Full fizzy drinks to 0 sugar, or instead of having snacking on like chocolates and sweets, snack on fruit. You also want to consider your work schedule, social events, going out, eating out, having fun. You want to consider all of these factors into your diet. The best diet isn't the cleanest, most healthiest looking diet, the one that looks good for like those aesthetic photos on Instagram. Forget all that, yeah. It's the diet that you can stick to. A diet that you can stick to includes foods that you enjoy and is flexible and allows you to go out with the boys. Don't try to be perfect every day. You can have a little dessert at the end of the day. If it fits in your calories and you hit your protein goal, you're literally good. It won't make it that much of a difference. It's fine. You can have the cookie, all right? Don't look at it like it's your enemy. Look at it like it's your friend. Because if you keep looking at sweets and things you like the enemy, the food noise is gonna keep growing in your head, and the cravings are just gonna keep ramping up. So that when it comes to your cheat day, you're gonna binge so much that you undo your progress from the last week and from the last few days. So ideally, you actually want to include some sort of food you like daily, just so the cravings don't like ramp up and eat you alive and consume you. Yeah. Most people don't fail because they don't know what to do. They fail because they're trying to follow a diet that's too difficult to maintain and stick to. So the easier your diet is to stick to, the better your results. will be. You want to starve yourself for like 3 months just to lose weight. Do it in a healthy way and a way that is sustainable, the way that you can see yourself living for a long period of time. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you need for your fat loss diet. And when you actually break it down, and if you just follow this method, it'll actually seem quite easy, and you'll be like, yo, how am I eating this good, feeling this good, and losing weight? I thought it was meant to be depressing. Haha, it's not. I hope you lose fat. I hope you lose weight. I hope you change your life. I hope you become a hunk of a man and an absolute specimen. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a good weight loss, inshallah.